Okay, so this is a system function. Now can you tell me how to factorize this based on what we just discussed? We have to use the partial fraction expansion. So what would be the terms here? In what manner should I expand this? So I have to write this as a over right? Because this was the method for multiple roots when we have something to the power n. Okay, and finally, sometimes you may have to even do a constant term plus d, and whether you have this constant term or not depends on the magnitude of the numerator and denominator. Here you can say that, see that the highest degree is 2s square, right? So the degree is 2 over here. That's the highest degree. And in the denominator, the degree is 3. So you expect that there should not be any term d over here, right? Because the denominator is larger than the numerator. If it were the opposite, then you would have to divide it. Supposing the numerator starts with 2s power 4 or something, then you would do one division to remove all the extra terms and then come back to the irreducible fraction. And now you have to factorize it. So can somebody tell me what is the procedure now? What is the value of a, b and c? How will I find out?
For finding the value of a, we have to x plus 1 equals to 0 and then putting the value in the 2s square plus 3x plus 2 equal.
That is for a, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for a first, what I have to do? I have to just put s is equal to 0. No, s is equal to minus 1. So for a, I have to just consider the equation 2s square plus 3s plus 2 and put s is equal to minus 1. So what is the answer we get? 2 into minus 1 square minus 3 plus 2, right? So that gives me 1. If I want to find out b, then I have to do 1 by 1 factorial into d by ds of 2s square. Okay, so that's equal to so how much is this? So what should I do for c now? What is the value of c? Following the same procedure, 1 by 2 factorial. Okay, and that is going to be equal to what? So finally this should be your answer, a, b and c. Okay, so this is the factorization of multiple roots. Now let us go to the case where you have mixed roots, right? See, in the earlier equation which I solved over here, in the denominator you have s plus 1 cube. Now I'm coming up with a new equation. For mixed roots, I have some numerator, and earlier also I showed you that there was some numerator term. Then there is a denominator term s minus s naught to the power n. This is s minus s naught to the power n. Then I get a third term here. Supposing there's another denominator term. Let's say now instead of s plus 1 cube, I have s plus 1 cube into s plus 2. Say this is my new equation. I have an extra term s plus 2. So now this is called mixed roots. I have both the multiple roots and I have the simple roots. Both are there in the denominator. So in this case, the method of expansion is that you have to do the same thing for the multiple roots, like for as I showed on top over here. This is a procedure for the multiple roots, and you have to couple it with a procedure for the simple roots. Okay. So here what will happen is, if I want to find out what is the kn, or say k naught over here, I want to find out the k naught term, which is the power n, then here what I have to do is, I will say that k naught is directly the numerator n of s by d1 of s when s is equal to s naught. If I want to find out what is k1, then that is numerator by denominator So you see, it is almost like the same procedure as above, where I take the differentiation. But in the earlier case, I took the differentiation only of the numerator. Now I have to take the differentiation of the numerator along with this other term over here, along with the denominator term, which is not part of the multiple poles. Okay. Remember that d1 of s is that extra term. So that also comes in the differentiation. Not n, ds. So let's do one quick example of this. Let's take this problem that I have some response is equal to, let's say, s plus 2 okay. Now you see I have mixed roots. So I have some numerator, I have the denominator which has a square term, and I have one term in the denominator which is a simple pole, right? Remember, these are all called poles and zeros. Can you tell me where are the poles and zeros of this equation? What are the poles and zeros of this equation? There was a question in the quiz.
Poles denotes denominator and zeros denominate numerator.
Correct. So when the numerator goes to 0, why is it called as 0? It is called 0 because when I put s is equal to minus 2, then the numerator becomes 0, so the expression becomes 0. That means my response has become 0. So when s is equal to minus 2, this whole term vanishes, so it is called as 0. When s is equal to minus 3, then the denominator becomes 0 and the expression becomes infinite. Or s is equal to minus 1, then the expression becomes infinite. Therefore, the denominators are the poles and the numerators are the zeros. I'll discuss a little bit more about these poles and zeros and what they signify. But let us go ahead with this mathematical problem right now. First, we want to solve this expression. So we have to express the fraction in terms of its partial fraction components as residues. And those are basically in terms of the poles. So this is equal to some number, say a over s plus 1 square plus b over s plus 1 plus c over s plus 3. Okay. Now how do I find out a, b and c? Can you tell me what are the values? So the easiest in this is c, right? Because we have been doing this part before. It's very straightforward. You have to just put s is equal to minus 3 in the remaining expression. So if I want to find c, c is s plus 2 over s plus 1 square where s is equal to minus 3. So that's minus 3 plus 2, and in the denominator it's minus 3 plus 1 square. Okay, so that's minus 1 by 4. So that is C. That's easy. Everyone is clear so far? The C part is the easy part. This is what we all know from before. Then comes the A and B part. So the A part is also kind of easy because I don't have to do any differentiation or anything complicated. So I can directly say it is just s plus 2 divided by s plus 3 when s is equal to minus 1. So that is what? Minus 1 plus 2 is 1, and that's 1 over 2. Okay. What about the B part? B I have to do 1 by 1 factorial of what? S plus 2 divided by s plus 3 and evaluate it at s is equal to minus 1. What is this working out to be? So what is the differentiation of u by v? Into s plus 3 v du minus u dv. S plus 3 into du is 1 minus u dv. Okay. Everyone is following this so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how much is this answer? So someone can work it out and just cross check whatever I've done is correct. When I say work it out, I mean you can plug it back in. So now you can put A, B, C and double check your answer. So if I put A is equal to 1 by 2, B is equal to 1 over 4 and C is equal to minus 1 by 4. And then you plug it in this and you should be able to get your answer. So if this is my answer, then what is the R of T? What is R of T? I have R of S. So who can tell me what is R of T?